Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S. Chandhok. Once again, we have very special guests from the different parts of the country gathered here to speak on a very special topic, technology as a tool in education. Without taking any time, I'll introduce you to the very first eminent guest present over here. First of all, we have Rahman Waris sir. He is a director and principal of GQ Public School, Kashmir. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming. It's a pleasure. It is the first time in the S.S.Chandhok talk show somebody has come from Kashmir. Jammu, we had so many principals and directors also. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Please let us know about yourself, sir, about your school, about yourself, your educational journey, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Myself, Rahman Waris, and I basically belong to Uttarakhand, Dehradun. I have I started my career from Dehradun Suri schools. It's long career, like 15 years. I have stayed there. I have experience of teaching in abroad. Also got an opportunity to teach in Dubai, also in Indonesia, also. Then came back. Then got some administrative position in Dehradun. And last year, me and my friend got an opportunity to serve schools in Kashmir. So this is how the idea came to our mind, like to let us explore Kashmir. So the place itself is beautiful. I came last year, landed over here, got to my school. We got tied up. Actually, we are working on a lease model. Like it is not, we are not owning this school. It's owned by a local person over here, and we are working on operations. So in that is how I am the director principal over here. So school is GQ Public School, and it's in Kulgam district of Anantnag. There's a district called Anantnag, and just adjacent to that, there's one more district called Kulgam. So basically, it's an apple orchard hub of Kashmir. So in mid of that, we have a GQ Public School. It's a state board school. And next year, 23, we are going to convert it into CBSE. It's all, the process is already in, affiliation process is already there. So by next year, hopefully, we'll be a CBSE school up till grade 10th. And school is good. It started in 2010, 2019. Again, the school, as you know, because of 370, the school has suffered a lot. Again, then 2 years COVID. So a long gap is there. Students were not doing anything, sitting at home. So all that things happened, and finally we landed up last year. And then this is how the journey started from there. And now it has taken a shape. We are doing a lot of things, a lot of technology based things, as the topic is today's technology. So we'll be talking about that also. And we are bringing a lot of outstation teachers, which is required over here. The students over here are not focused, more exposure is required, what I can say. So the culture is being developed, gradually the things are coming up, and this is how the school has taken a good name. We have started up some inter-school competitions over here, which was lacking over here. The school union was not there. So I have taken initiative to start that, and somehow recently we have done, a school has hosted there's a Kalarai Pattu martial art competition, which just held on 2nd of August, and we were the host school for the 2 districts. So this is all the journey of GQ Public School with me, sir. Thank you.
All the best, sir, and wonderful you have come up to handle the school over here and bring up the education level in an area where I think there might not be more CBSE schools or whatever it is. It's a wonderful, sir. All the best to you for the growth of the school and for the kids also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, sir, for coming. Then we have Mr. Anjani Kumar Dubey. He is the principal of JMS English Academy, Varanasi. Welcome, Anjani, sir, to the show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you here. Sir, we keep on seeing you in the media, but please let us know about your educational journey. Did you came into this profession by chance or by choice? And from a teacher to a principal?
Thanks a lot, sir. Firstly, I want to say thanks to Sarabpreet Singh Chandhok sir for giving me this opportunity to be here, and also Harshpal Singh Khurana sir, and nice to meeting you, Raminder Palkor ma'am, Aarti Jain ma'am, Manjri Tejpal ma'am, and overall Very happy to see Rahman Waris sir from Kashmir because I love Kashmir very much. And overall, I didn't any chance till my life to go to the Kashmir, but I would like to be here in a few coming days.
Sir, now we have a chance, sir.
Definitely, you all are welcome.
Thank you, sir. Uh, my educational journey was also started from there, and MCA, Master of Science, Computer Science in IT, and started my journey in academics in Dr. Rijvi Learners Academy, Jaunpur in 2004 as a PGT Computer Science. And further, after 3 years, I had been appointed as a academic head and school coordinator, examination in charge in the same school. And till 2020, I had worked there. And after that, as pandemic ends, I joined as a principal in ABS International School, Badlapur, CBSE 10 plus 2 school. School was situated in remote area. That's why I had to face big challenges while being as a principal in that school for providing education, online education to the children in pandemic area because second wave was going on that time. I have joined there, and before me there was a great challenge to provide the best communication services to my children to the remote area. And school was situated near about 35 kilometers away from the main city. And after that, it is very recently. Uh, on 5th July 2022, I have joined here in JMS English Academy in Varanasi, Baba Vishwanath Bholenath Nagri. And um, past few years, I wanted to be here, and Baba has listened my urge and listened my pratna, and now I am here to serve. And fortunately, I have got this school just like my previous one. This school is also situated in a remote area in Cholapur. This is the Tehsil, just like a Tehsil, a town of the Varanasi, about 28 kilometers away from the main city. So I got another challenge in that school to provide the better education in a remote area where I have to face most of the challenges like the technology that is our topic today is also.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have Dr. Manjri Tejpal, ma'am. She's a principal of a very prestigious institution in Patiala, Punjab. It is GEMS Public School. Welcome, Manjri, ma'am, Dr. Manjri, ma'am, for once again to the show. Happy to see you after a long time. I don't know about yourself, ma'am, about you, but ma'am, people will like to know about your educational journey.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Chandok sir. And it is this particular show is so wonderful because Chandok sir, especially, he brings whole India in one platform. And every time we have people, we have principals and directors from different regions and zones. So it is always a pleasure to be part of this platform with all the esteemed dignitaries here. Thank you, Chandok sir. As about me, I'm basically a doctorate in management. I persuaded my education. I did my post graduation in management, but somehow due to the circumstances, I shifted to teaching. I I started my career with Hindustan Motors in 1998. Worked there for almost 3 years. Then, due to certain family circumstances, I had to opt for teaching as a profession. So, started with school, then shifted to college and then university. For a few years I've taught in ICFI also. ICFI for two MBS, MBA and BBS students, and then to a university, and from the university back to school again as principal in GEMS Public School, Patiala. So my journey started as a school principal in 2016 with GEMS. When I joined the school, it was in a very, very nascent stage. There were only 70 odd students. At times, I would feel that this school is so silent. I really had to make myself think, yes, I'm in a school. Do we really have students here? It gave me that kind of a feeling. But God's grace and parents' support, we have almost 900 students now in 6 years' time. So I always feel that's kind of an achievement, because the love that has been showered by parents is amazing. And that's about my educational and job journey. So I believe in a continuous learning process. So that is, it was because of this thing only. I passed out my MBA in 98, got married, started job, started a career, and then suddenly in 2007 I started my MPhil. Then in 2006 started my MPhil, and then my doctorate, and in mid of that I even cleared my UGC. So all these things happened simultaneously. I was working, I was taking care of family, I had a child, and I was pursuing my education because I believe that it should not stop. Right now also, today only I was thinking, I was searching for some courses, especially in special education. So I realized that for special education, I think I'll have to quit the job, because all the courses available are offline, and that too full time. So I think I'll have to look for some other option. And I'm also a blog writer. I enjoy writing about my own experiences as a child, because I many a times in school that I'm able to relate to the children. I do not feel sympathetic, I feel empathetic. I understand what they are doing, what is their psychology, because that somehow is related to my own incidents throughout my journey, because my father was in force, so we were moving from place to place, got a chance to meet and adjust with different kind of people in different states. So that's one thing I enjoy doing, writing. And I let my children also read what I write. I always tell them that I'm writing it for you. You should always understand that your teachers and your principal were also like you. Whatever we are telling you is on the basis of our own learnings as a kid and the way we grew up. And thank you once again for making me part of this platform, Chandok sir.
Pleasure is mine, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. Next, we have Aarti Jain, ma'am. She is the principal of Lakshya International School, which is in Pratapgarh, Rajasthan. Welcome, ma'am, once again to the show. It's a pleasure you have joined us. Ma'am, please let us know about your educational journey, ma'am.
First of all, thank you, Chandok sir, for making me come again. This platform is really good, meeting people from all across the globe, and it's really good to learn from everyone. Well, to start with, I would like to say that I was a teacher by chance, but now I am a learner and educator by choice. I started my journey way back in 98, and it started that there was a new school opening up, and I went for my son's admission, and they offered me this job, and I was like, the only thing which lured me was that I'll be able to spend time with my child. But then gradually the journey started, and I realized the importance of being a teacher. I realized that what my word, how it makes a difference for a child, how it can really break or make or create someone. I could understand the transformation in children. And then I realized the actual responsibility which I had on my shoulders. So that way I started become a lifelong learner and educator. From there I started, and then I was promoted to be the principal in the same school after almost 6 years of time. And then it was never ending. Every time there was some new challenge, and every time we had to accept it. And there were a lot of experiments which we did with students. And today, when I look back, like I started in 98 and this is 2022. When I look back towards my journey, and when I see the achievements of the students whom I taught in various classes and grades, I really feel proud that, okay, and I every day morning, the first thing which I do is I go down and say, convey my gratitude to God that He blessed me to be a teacher, because I believe this is my biggest asset when I go around wherever today I can proudly say whatever city I go, and if I put my status that I'm in this town, I'm sure one or the other student is going to make a call, ma'am, when are we going to meet? And I believe that is what my achievement is over the years. As an educator, I've done my master's in HR. Afterwards, I did my MA in psychology. And now I have also done a regular course from NHCA Singapore, where I did from a child counselor, marriage counselor, and also a mind coach. So all these things relate to me because now I'm able to help even child, teacher, and also this thing goes back to the parent also. And even if I'm able to help one child, one parent, or a teacher, it makes all the difference. Technology has certainly helped because during the pandemic time, this technology only made me, come in touch with NHCA, and I was able to do my courses. And today I feel a lot more confident that okay, I can help some people in distress, especially after pandemic when you see students, parents, even teachers, they have gone through a lot of stress, and there is a lot of anxiety, depression, and worries. So this has helped me make myself also a better person and the people in my vicinity also. So that's all about my journey, and it's really pleasure meeting you all. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is ours, sir. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Ravinder Pal Kaur, ma'am. She is the principal of Fathers International School, Ambala, which is also a very prestigious institution in Ambala, a very old school. Welcome, ma'am, once again. Nice to see you after a long time again. First of all, thanks. And then, ma'am, please let us know about yourself, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Ravinder Pal Kaur. I will start with my education. Like when I was 16 and I got married, I was having a passion that I wanted to become an educator like my mother. As teaching is in my blood. My mother was a vice principal, and so I always saw her teaching people and counseling people, motivating people, and that automatically came in me. And what happened that what I feel, I am the first teacher, then a principal or educator, because I have come from there and I never forget my roots. So what I feel that students or teachers, all are connected to you. You are not only a head of the institution, you are a leader and you set by your own example. So whenever any student comes to me that, ma'am, we are having problem in this subject, I am unable to complete my studies, this and that, then I give my own story. And what is my story? That when I was 16, because of some circumstances, I got married and I only cleared my 11th. So I did my 12th, and after 12, I was blessed with a son. I did my all education regularly. I topped in college for 5 years. Then I did my MA, MPhil, PhD, and MA. So whenever a student comes to me, I tell them that we can remove any obstacle if we are having passion. So right now, I am also doing MA in psychology because what I feel, I am connected to students and I am connected to teachers also. So my role is not of an educator that only giving instruction and scolding people. On daily basis, I talk to my students as well as my teachers also. I listen to them because to teachers, educators never listen. But when we listen to our teachers, when we remove the stress of a teacher, that positivity teacher can give to students also. So what my role is, yesterday I shared one note, one letter from a child of 12th class, X12. The girl came with a gift and a written letter. In the times of technology, a student coming with a letter, and I was so much overwhelmed with emotions. And the girl has written at the end that in the morning when we see you, you always come with a charming and positivity face, and this positivity is spreading around all of us, and we become all motivated. So my message to all teachers also is that when you are coming to school or when you are coming to your any profession, have positivity, leave your worries, and always focus that you are a role model for your students. Whatever you want to expect from your students, you have to first do it. So my thing is that I'm also a poet. Apart from becoming an educator, when pandemic was going on and students were writing bad things on internet, sometimes on WhatsApp stories and all, they were clicking the photographs of teachers. So I'm a blog writer also, but I never write fiction. Whenever I feel that something bad is happening in the society, then my pen starts working. But and then I discuss with my students, I share blogs with the students, I motivate them to write. Whenever you feel that somebody wants to pour out the heart and you feel that nobody can be trusted on this earth, take a pen, take a paper, either your teacher or student or an educator, pen down your feelings and see what a masterpiece will be coming. So what I feel, one day my journey as a writer and an educator and a person, as in a person also will come. I am writing a book also for my students so that they should come to know what is going in my mind. Sometimes I can interact with students, sometimes I can't, but my pen can interact, my writing can interact with them. So as 21 years journey, earlier for 15 years as a teacher and 7 years as a principal, still what I feel that I have not achieved much. I am in the process of learning. I will achieve more, and I want to go on, a higher platform through my books, through my writings, whatever is in my mind. See, principal is having restrictions. Principal can't go to the students on daily basis. 12th class is senior most class. They come to me on daily basis. Ma'am, this is happening. This is happening. Come to our class, teachers. Once in a while, I go because I love teaching. Once in a while or twice or thrice, I go to their class and I teach them. And what they say, we don't want to study from our subject teacher. We want to study from you. So what I feel, being a student of English literature, being an English literature student also, in my mind, that should be going to the minds of students. So what I feel at the end, what you expect from others, you should have in your own persona. No need to say that do that. As a parent also, as an educator also, I never guided my student that do that. I always, for example, I have seen one photograph, a lady is sitting and she is reading. And what is happening? The child sitting in the lap is also reading a book. So at my home, what happens? My daughter also reads novel. My son also reads novel. I also read novel. So what I feel, I have not told them to do reading. I am having a big library in front of me. So as an educator, we are having that power to reach so many people. So hope so. I will reach many people through my writing also. And I'm very happy to meet so many learned people. Thank you. And thank you, Sarpreet sir, for making me always part of this beautiful show. This is my second time. I'm looking forward for more. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine, ma'am. Thank you so much, and all the best to you for whatever you want to do in your achieve in your life. Thank you so much. Next, we have Pawan Sood sir. He is the principal of Guru Har Gobind Public School in Ludhiana. Welcome, Pawan sir, once again to the show. It's a pleasure having you here, sir. Sir, please let us know about your educational journey, sir.
So myself, Pawan Sood, I belong to a place in Himachal, Chamba, and I started my journey from Himachal Pradesh University as a postgraduate. I did my MBA. Then after that, I did my MA English and MA Public Administration. And after that, I joined the teaching profession. But I just feel that I don't say that directly that I'm likely into entry. I don't want to be basically a teacher in the beginning. But later on, I think that once I've joined the teaching profession for the last 20 years, I'm this. And I worked as a different lecturer, as a coordinator, and then last for 10 years, I think I'm working as a principal. Right now, I'm in a school. It's around 150 or institution. We have actually 3 colleges and 2 schools. Basically, this institution is known for the women upliftment. It's the one, I think, the oldest institution in the Ludhiana. Actually, there was earlier a Khalsa College for women, and there was those who started this institution was having at the time their women education was not encouraged. They have given their whole property. Trust was started for this purpose, especially for the women upliftment. And after that, there were 3 colleges and 2 schools. And I think my aim is also basically as a semi-rural area. I just feel that as we are right now, also I'm facing some issues in my network. I think so because we are not exactly in the town. But my purpose is to connect with the students, those who are underprivileged or those who are not getting all kinds of the facilities right now. And I feel that I have around 1,800 students. And one thing which ma'am has also told one thing that today I felt a big difference that in this area, most of the students are going abroad. So this thing has, especially I think in Punjab also, but I belong to this place and I can tell you that in 90% of my students are going abroad. There is one clear-cut thing in their mind. If you want, they want to become a doctor, like earlier when once we were in school, we said what we want to do, whether we want to become a doctor or an engineer. But now if you ask them, they want to either a Canada or Australia. I mean, this is the only question we have to ask them, because that thing was in this much in their mind that it is very difficult for us, like to even to convince them that there is so much opportunities in India. Only Punjabis are going to Canada, rest of the India is working here. But things that kind of thing is there in the mind of the students. And as I must say that the technology wise, that most of the students, one thing which I feel that right now they are very much away from the books. This like ma'am was earlier also told that she's writing a book, but right now what is happening right now, the students, they don't even open the books. And this I feel that this is maybe the reason right now that somehow we have to develop a habit of learning. Of course, the technology has helped us. There is a mobile phone interaction, laptops. Every child is having some kind of gadget with them, and it's not a way to, when some birthday comes, teacher, a student used to ask when we used to use ask for books, any kind of any kind of fiction, any kind of books we try to read, we ask our parents also. But now students, what they ask only for gadgets. They ask a laptop, they ask for a mobile, or they ask for I mean, somehow that books are not there in the mind. And we feel that the technology has taken a place, but at not the cost of the books, because after all, books are the only source of learning, and I think it should be encouraged by all. So I feel that my passion is also to connect with the students, and I feel that I always see that young people, the young students especially, they are needing some kind of guidance from the teachers, from the principal, so everyone right now, I think should be, we all are in this belong to the same fraternity, and our touch should be more with the students, because they need right now some kind of counseling. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Pavan sir, and you're doing a wonderful job there in Ludhiana also. The best to you. I know the culture in Punjab is there. Everybody wants to go to Canada. Canada jana hai. Canada jana hai. Canada jana hai. So that is a culture over there, that it's a rat race, that everybody wants to do the same. But anyhow, someday they will understand also. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Next, we have the expert of today's show, the technology person, Mr. Harpal Singh Khurana, sir. He is an tech entrepreneur and a founder of TAP School, a premium startup that provides all types of solutions to educational institutions and organizations. TAP School is being used all over India by many schools. He loves to interact with educators and other stakeholders of education community to understand their problems and solve their pain point using technology. His motto is education first. With his expertise, he has been actively involved in building products that are easily adopted by educators, students, and parents. Apart from that, he provides consultancy to schools in successful implementation of technology that yields result. He loves traveling also. He plays video games also, and an aviator also. Harpal sir met me in one of the show, and I came to know about his TAP School. Although after pandemic, this has come very common into that people have started using technology. That was the only positive sign of COVID. But these people, they had been into this thing long back before the pandemic also, and they had brought out so many, things into the education. Although many people are there into it, but when I came to know about him and about TAP School, he told me how it is an A to Z solution to the schools, wherein whatever you need for education is available to them. So we need to understand, because we are principals, we are sitting inside the offices, we are not knowing exactly what the things are. So many people are visiting every day to the school, where they were sending their visiting cards, and we are not able to understand what is right and what is wrong, because we don't get the right suggestions actually. So without taking any time, I'll come up to Harpal sir. Harpal sir, welcome, and thank you so much once again for coming up to the show and guiding us relating to the technology which has to be used in education. As of we know very well, after a few years, no books will be used. As it was been discussed, the students don't want to read, but technology can make them read also in a different way. So how did it came into your mind to start up this thing? Because you haven't done this after pandemic, you did it before pandemic. And how did it came into your mind to start up this? And how did it came into your mind differently as compared to the other people, that you had everything A to Z solution for the schools? And please let us know something about Tap School also.
So thank you, sir, for inviting me one more time. And it is so nice to hear about everyone. They're all very eminent personalities. So we started off Tap School. Just to give you a brief introduction about Tap School, is that we provide all types of educational solutions. It's a hardware as well as software solutions with the period of time, because we started off in 2016, and then furthermore with over the period of time we have now so many software solutions as well as hardware solutions, which basically helps schools to enhance their classroom learning as well as their streamline their administrative processes. So when we started off in 2016, we obviously started off with the pain point that making learning more engaging. At that time in 2016, everybody was talking about making learning more fun. So fun is not the correct, I think, word for education, because if students take it fun, they kind of don't take it seriously. So it has to be more engaging. How can we engage a student in a learning process? That was the initial idea of Tap School. So we built up entire platform around that, where the teachers can create their own digital worksheets using very AI-powered tools, and they don't even have to be technically savvy. They just have to drag and drop things, and their worksheets are created as per their students' abilities or as per their students' as per the syllabus also. So that was there. But over the period of time, as and when we started off with the implementation, we came to know there are other requirements of this of the school, which are assessments, which are subjective type assessments. We also realized there is an administrative work that needs to be streamlined and automated, which the role of ERP systems come into the place. Then we realized, okay, then there is security also that we need to work on, because when you are giving students devices, technology, they might wander off in the classroom when they are using, or at home when they are using it. So we introduced security systems, like we have a web browser, and we have other parental control systems. We also came up with hardware, which is the tablets, as well as the smart panels also. Apart from that, more recently, I was listening to Sir, and there is internet issues, or there are issues in many parts of the country. There is internet issues, not just we talk about Kashmir or we talk about Northeast. They are within the mainland. You see, there is a lot of internet issues. So from 1st of August, we have come up with the IoT device, which is basically you can keep in a school, and all your devices, whether it's a smart board, whether it's a computer or a laptop, is wirelessly connected to that device, and you can access the software. So you don't need an internet in a school. You just need to have that device so that you can be technology. So when as the today's topic is there, that we are talking about technology in education, a tool in the education, we always say that our proper purpose of using the technology into education is to engage the students and get the best out of them. And engaging the students is where we build those tools and empower the teachers to create engaging worksheets which give them instant results and which give them the precise results in sense to pinpoint how much and where student is lacking, and what student from where the student has to make the progress. So that is where we come in, and that is what Tap School is expert in.
Ashpalji, one more last question, because when we talk about technology and using this, the content-based things you are providing, or ERP along with that, everything A to Z solution, my main thing comes into mind, it might be very costly. because the free structure and the strength of the schools after pandemic, so much loss has been done. Management doesn't want to spend more. So is that economical or is that expensive? How do you take that? And is this customized? Do you provide all the things together or according to the usage of the school?
So our price is very economical, and that is like even less than 40K. I mean, 40,000 is less than that. And for the entire bundle of all the softwares you want to take. And for the hardware systems, we are also the economically, because apparently we have our own hardware company. So that's why we provide it on an economical rates. So one thing is definitely we understand the dilemma of any school is that they have suffered a lot. They have faced a lot of challenges during pandemic, and they need an economical solution. So we are providing that economical solutions to schools, and rest is really dependent upon the implementation, which obviously we help the teachers also to, because after pandemic we have realized that a lot of teachers need training. So we provided training to the teachers also and help them with the implementation of technology into schools. So most of the time before pandemic in 2019 and 2018, we had seen that the implementation was a huge problem, because many a times teachers are not interested to get themselves upskill because they have a lot of other work also within the school. So now the post pandemic, the thing is that everybody wants to learn something new. And also we have to say that NEP is there, which is bringing so many changes into the schools system. So we provide a training for the teachers as well, so that they can easily and they can get their skills upgraded using these trainings. These trainings are generally 1 day, 2 day workshops, which are there for the teachers.
That's wonderful, sir. We'll discuss other things also about the technology in the later part of the session.
Sure.
We'll come up to the next round, the first round of not questions, actually I'll call it suggestions. We'll come up to Rehman sir first. Rehman sir, we would like to know your views on the saying that the only positive attribute of pandemic was that it brought about technology along with it. So do you feel that technology is going to help the children or would make them, learning more complicated?
To start off with, I can just say that during pandemic, if technology was not there, it has considered to be a blessing in disguise, I can say that. Because without technology, being locked down in houses, without schools, it was really impossible for children to actually connect themselves to the outer world, or you can say connect to the studies, you can say, right? So technology, I think so it is a blessing in disguise during the pandemic time, and it has helped to a greater extent. A lot of digital content has come, and but at the same time you can say that it is the private schools, or you can say the major part of the population has actually not been catered because of the internet facilities, because of the gadgets, because of the smartphones and all. As some data I have collected, that 2000 report, it says that 32% in rural and 54% in the urban areas, they have a net facilities, but 80% of the government schools in Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, during the lockdown, they were without schools, right? They were not connected to schools because of the lack of facilities. So, but it has a more of a positive impact, because most of the population, most of the schools, because without mobile phones, we cannot live, I can say. We cannot live. So this has again considered to be a boon, right? Rather considered to be a bane, it has considered to be a boon. And lot of people, and let us come to Kashmir, like I can say Kashmir here also, most of the school, I can say 60% of the schools, they were able to connect through technology to the education. The education now been imparted. Some now and then there was some mishappening because of the internet was not there, just because of that. But otherwise, majority students, they have gained a lot due to this technology.
Right.
If this would not been there, so then that would be a greater loss. If we just go back 20 years or 25 years back, and if that time this pandemic would have come and this would be the situation, and I think so 2 years like going without education, without school, then we would not be here where we are right now.
Absolutely right, sir. Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Rahman, sir. We'll come up to Anjani, sir. Anjani, sir, we will also like to know your views on the same thing. Sir, you're on mute, Anjani, sir.
Yes, sir. As Rahman Waris sir says, in pandemic, most of the schools doesn't have such type of technologies that they would be able to provide all the facilities to their children at that time. In the same sense, when I joined my school, ABS International, that was situated in a remote area, I found that there is a most problem of network issue. Parents don't having mobile phones, smartphones, tablets, and the school doesn't have any type of ERP software or such softwares that could provide the facilities, online classes, and other facilities to the students, like fee submission, etc. So I contacted to the one of the ERP uh, post management and arrange the software for that school. And after that, very soon, I started online classes in the school. But the major problem was the connectivity. There was a connectivity issue because most of the students, their homes were situated in that areas where no internet connection was there. So, and even when my teacher comes to school, they found that there is also was a problem of connectivity in the school premises. And after even that, they worked hard and they had taken their classes. I seen that in that time, my teachers were taking the classes from the gate side, from the wall side, from the gate of the washrooms. As and when they got the internet connection, where they got the internet connection, they used to classes from there. And I think technology is the important in education because now life has been changed totally, and uh, we can say learning incorporating technology, education becomes important as it teaches students to learn basic technological skills like preparing them for future professional spaces and other issues. And also using technology in education provides various tools to enhance students' educational experience. Using an audiovisual medium of teaching enables students not only to learn but also understand what they are being taught better. So we can say that we can use the technology in right way to provide the better education to our children. In the simultaneously go with the books.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Anjani, sir. We'll come up to Manjri ma'am. Manjri ma'am, we would like to know views on the saying that how has flipped learning helped children to grow in a better way, especially after a pandemic? Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yes, sorry. I believe that education is not about reforming students, but it is to unsettle their minds and widen their horizon. And I think that pandemic has completely brought this particular picture in this scenario in a very strong light. And it actually laid a very astonishing transformation in education towards flipped learning, where in schools, in our buildings, though we were trying hard, but generally it was a teacher oriented classroom. At times they would try to make it child centric, but it was little difficult for them, because with 30, 35, 40 students in a class, doing differentiation and making each child learn at its own pace was a difficult job for a teacher. But pandemic uh, induced technology forcefully in the lives of students and teachers, which made this particular process much easier. Students became more responsible for their own learning, especially the junior grades. The senior ones enjoyed a lot. They took the leverage of pandemic in a negative light, but there were still students in classes who were responsible, who understood that we cannot go away with learning. The process, this time period is long, and they started paying attention to their learning. They were not in direct touch or control of teachers. Teachers could direct them. Teacher became the you can say the moderator of a classroom during pandemic, which is one of the most important feature of a flipped classroom. A teacher is a moderator, a guide, a mentor, and students have to learn on their own. This also, pandemic or inclusion of technology also gave an opportunity to create differentiation in a classroom. Students could learn at their own pace, because there were recorded classrooms. There were number of videos shared by teachers, which children could see later on also, whenever they would feel like, or whenever they would feel the need of looking into it or listening to their teacher again. That too was available on a click of button. So this also helped children. And a wide range of resources were offered to students, to teachers, and the creation of differentiation in learning, in assessment, became much easier. And it actually, diverted from this one size fits all model, which we have been following for long. It actually helped number of children, because the children who were very good at their task, who wanted more challenging tasks, so it became easier for teacher to give more challenging tasks. There were, breakup classrooms could be created, so that could be put in different areas, in different technology rooms, and they could discuss plus do the presentations. Also, the classrooms were available 24 by 7. Teacher could take class at any time. Teacher could arrange for regular sessions in the evening, when teacher felt that, suppose a teacher felt that a child needs, there are 2 3 children who need more attention, she could create a separate classroom after the school for children to learn. So all these things in together actually help the learning, and it helped in moving a step towards flip learning. Thank you.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Now also, if it is raining heavily, so no need to have a rainy day. The classes can be
Yeah,
shifted to a online class.
agree.
So that is very important thing. The best thing just happened after the pandemic. Thank you so much,
Even
ma'am.
nowadays, during summer break, our teachers they again started the same platform. Every week, they ensured to meet their class to discuss their holidays homework, the problem they were facing, any learning requirement if they had. So this technology inclusion in a lot of ways helped in flip learning.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Many a times it happens. It is raining, or it is
Yes,
too
sir.
cold. It is
Ah,
too hot. The government says you have to shut down your schools. Then that way you can take up your classes, to the online mode. The classes won't, because on online classes the government cannot say anything.
yes,
That is
agree.
for sure. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Aarti, ma'am. Aarti, ma'am, we will also like to know your views that how has flipped learning helped the children to grow in a better way, especially after the pandemic.
Well, I would agree with ma'am that actually pandemic has been a bliss. Prior to pandemic, any time when the schools were closed forcefully, we were just cut off from the students. We had no way to be connected. In spite of WhatsApp and all being in practice from so many years, but I believe the actual use of WhatsApp groups and all those things were existent after pandemic. Now, children and the teachers both have become too smart. It has become so easy uh, because the students and their family and everybody is like now They know that assessments can be online. They know that teaching can be online, and even the homework. The suppose that there is a child who was not coming to school for 7 days because he had fracture. Now, earlier, if he had a fracture, he had to stay at home. Now, what we do is we mix that. We start our Zoom class simultaneously. So the child from home can be a part of the school learning. And this has helped the students. Nobody is at loss that way. And yes, that is very important. Like recently, we had this exam in our town, and we had to close down the school. So fine, we started, the moment we closed down the school, next day we started the online classes with the same timetable. So there was not even a single moment's loss. So I believe this has come as a blessing, especially during pandemic. Initially, the struggle was there. And it has also helped in one way that the teachers who have been in this profession for long, and for them, technology was a taboo. They were like, oh my God, what is this? Now, post-pandemic, they have become so friendly with technology that they now prepare their assignments, their creative assignments. They keep engaging the students. Online quizzes are going on. Even in my school, what teachers are doing is, after going home, they have started a book reading session on Zoom. They do every day in the evening. They do a book reading session. They read the book together, all of them, everybody is reading. This has helped us in so many ways that the students here are first generation learners also. And you find that language is a big problem for them. So this has helped the students also a lot, and teachers also, because when the students have started reading, and since they are this mobile friendly and Zoom friendly, so they are enjoying it also. And this had helped boosted up in their reading, in their writing, in everything. It has become more creative. They are more connected to school. They are more connected to teachers and all. So I believe this has been a real bliss. Thank you.
Right, right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Raminder ma'am. Raminder ma'am, we will like to know your views on the saying that, or do you agree that the use of technology has given them their subjects and syllabus, everything? Have they been used for developing the skills, other skills of the children?
Yes, according to me, whenever technology comes to people, see, mature people know how to handle. But when it came to students, younger generation, they come to know the repercussions also. They come to know pros and cons of the things also. So according to me, that pandemic has enhanced the skills of students in many ways, because they come to know many things. For example, they come to know how to use the technology in a better way. Earlier, they were using Facebook, WhatsApp, and all only for chatting and wasting their time. As I guide my students also, use technology in a proper way, and it can give you better outcomes. So when they come to these hybrid mode of teaching and all, they come to know about the latest trends. They come to know about how to use education, YouTube videos in the teacher's absence. So if teacher is absent, they can also have better skills than the teacher. Technology has given one more thing to them, like collaboration of mates. So they come to know the collaborating skills, how to interact with each other on even social networking sites, or what you say, a teaching mode on online mode. So what they learned, that how to interact and how to learn each other even online also. So they collaborated in a very nice manner. And moreover, they come to know another C, that is controlled usage. Earlier, there was not stopping of the things to them, that what is the time for their chatting and what is the time for watching movies and all. But now, they when they come to online teaching, they came to know about the proper usage of the technology, how much time they should use, how much time they should stop, and afterwards they should use that technology in a proper manner. Now it comes about the conceptual learning also. That skill is very much important, and that is also inculcated in the students by this online teaching. How? For example, when a teacher is teaching in the class, what happens? Sometimes a larger group of students is there. And what happens? That sometimes students are hesitant to ask the questions. But when this type of teaching is going on, what they do, when a class is over, they see the recorded message again and again, and they clear their concepts. And they can watch these videos afterwards also, and they can watch videos of other. You can see YouTube videos. There are so many physics lecturers, math lecturers, and they are getting masses. Like they are getting so much material on this online teaching
So
and all.
ma'am,
So they are benefited.
we can say that the teachers, they get exhausted, but the machine cannot get exhausted. So
That
the
is true.
children because at their convenience, at whatever time they want to study 24 into 7. And also it is a one-to-one personal attention. As you told that the students, they feel hesitant towards asking question inside the class. Okay, anytime when they get back their home, anytime at night or midnight, whatever time they want, they can go up with these type of tools, and they can interact with the app, which is where nobody's going to see you, as well as they will tell you thousand times until unless your concepts are not clear. That is for sure.
Children are curious of nature. When they come to know one concept from the teacher, they are more, what you say, delve into the things, and they are more curious into the depth of the things. If teacher will tell one concept, next day through online teaching or through so many platforms, they will bring hundred of steps to the teacher, and even teachers are benefited through the curiosity of the children. So according to me, this is a boon to the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Pawan sir. Pawan sir, we'll also like to know about your views. That do you agree that with the use of technology, other skills of children have also developed? Sir, you're on mute.
Yes. Yeah. I'm audible, sir. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm audible. Yeah, I do feel that this change, which I really felt that, of course, it's a boom, because I do feel that once, because as I told you, it's my interaction with the students regarding the online classes, and I keep on getting, even right now also in our like a school, we always want that should be a one interactive session of students and platform or the. I feel students who are very innate now that they can ask questions from the teachers even after the school also, and because of that, that shyness which they were in the classroom, which is being doing. Secondly, which I feel that the concept, even recently it was being seen in I think a IS officer said that what I need basically an internet connection, and after that I prepared for all my notes, everything from the YouTube. So now it's coming up a very solution that, course, person one who cannot spend his technology. Once when we were in the pandemic, I can tell about our school also that most of the teachers were not knowing how to use Zoom platform, but once they started using it, and the students in the beginning they were keeping their cameras off. Later on, we have given them instruction that camera should be on. Then after that, it was like every student was on and directly in touch with the student and the teacher, and the kind of relationship which was being I think made. And one problem which the students were earlier facing, that the classroom is a one-way teaching. Sometimes 40 students are sitting in a class, but that thing was now one-to-one touch was being made. Any question the students used to ask from the teacher, that was definitely a very I think good part of this online teaching, that pandemic has brought something as a blessing for a disguise, as we can say that in a way that students came to know that yes, earlier they were wasting their time only in Instagram, and now they came up with something that this online teaching or this way technology can be wonderful device. Now a person studying in a Canada, a person studying in India, they are on the same platform. Recently, I can say that my daughter was going to, I think, going to Canada, and it was a Duolingo app. That app, she learned French from that app, and it was a beautiful learning that anywhere in the world you can learn something from different sources. And it's just the technology.
which is going to make us connect. And that app, through that app, Duolingo app, which I can have told you that she has learned French. I mean, A-level course can be done from this. So similarly, learning is not only restricted to now only one place. It is a globalization now. A person can all over the world can be connected. But of course, some good things are there. Then some kind of negative things are also, because of the, you can say, negative effects of the technology. His is also there. It, of course, the students are more depending upon mobile phone. Their eyes are getting affected by it. Somehow, because of too much dependence, and social skills are being getting somehow getting diminishing the relation. The students are not able to connect with their parents, with their colleagues, and the outdoor activities have reduced. So these are the, I think, their reduced sleep quality has been reduced because the students are more into the online mode, and after that, even the somehow positive and negative aspects are both. But of course, I do feel in all that it really, in overall, it affects. It really helps us, the students, to learn more with the help of technology. I think so.
Thank you so much, sir. Pawan sir, thank you so much. We'll come up to Harshpal sir. Harshpal sir, you've heard all the educationists about technology. So what we want to understand properly is the usage of this technology, or whatever you have in TAP School, how it is helping from A to Z, how the system is going on for the office, for the buses, for the teachers, for the students, and for the learning especially. And one more thing we like to understand also, that how are you making these things interesting? As we had talked, that other skills also develop. So what other skills are also developed when we are using these type of AI tool-based products?
Yeah, so I will answer the second part of the question first. So when we talk about education, what we are actually doing in education system in general, if we have to say, is that we increase the aptitude of a student. We build certain skills in them, like critical thinking skills. We build them, analytical skills. These are the things that are inculcated in a child through all these years. I mean, when we are teaching a geography, we are giving us some, activities to do within the classroom. And then from there, they build these skills. So we have kept that in the center of our platform, in the center of TAP School, that, okay, you are learning and developing these skills through our, content, as well as through the tools that we give to teachers. So so these are the skills that have been centered. Like, for example, if you give a crossword to a student and you tell them, you combine crossword and capital cities together and say, okay, let's do that. I mean, that is a very engaging way of teaching somebody a capital cities, because the moment the student starts entering into, let's say, the capital city of Afghanistan is Kabul, and will write Kabul digitally, will definitely have it. Firstly, there is an action that is being done that will be remembered, or that goes imprinted on your brain, or onto the child's brain, that, okay, I have entered this spellings. And second thing is, it makes it more fun and engaging. So similarly, you can pick up any kind of a subject, and then you can create those engagement worksheets, digital worksheets on TAP School. So one thing is that we have kept that these are the skills that are required to be successful in life, and that's where we are coming in as far as the content is concerned. Number one. Number two is the assessment part. So whatever the students are learning throughout their years, obviously they have to pass through an examination and to get promoted into next class. So assessments does not mean just annual assessments, but there are small assessments, which we also call it weekly tests, or in some schools it's called unit tests. So monthly tests. So these are also there. So you can conduct all these assessments, not just in MCQs or true false type, but we have like fill in the blanks, subjective type, everything is there for the teachers to conduct it online. So one thing what we do is, we do not tell it's an LMS. We tell them it's a classroom LMS. You can implement in the classroom. You does not mean you have to implement remotely only, but you can implement in classroom. Number one. The dependency, the idea initially in 2016 was also the same, that the dependency on the live class should be less, in sense that the live class should be done for the clearing the doubts. That was the main idea, and same idea is being followed even today. So when we talk about live class is to give a personal touch, to give to the student. Rest, the students, like ma'am was also saying, there was they used to give the material, study material, and the students used to learn on their own pace during pandemic. So the idea is still that we have been promoting this idea since 2016, that let the student learn at their own pace. And the reason for that is that everybody, as if you go for a human psychology, is that everybody has their own way of learning. We cannot say, okay, everything is for everybody, this particular rules are for everybody. Everybody is a unique, and everybody has their own way of learning things. And that is where we come in, that you give the content, and sometimes we also taken care of that, that whenever the student is learning through the content, the teachers or the parents get the analytics of what they are learning. Reason being, parents and teachers being told that, okay, this time was spent on learning this content, so that you have updation in your system, that okay, this was much time has been spent by this student, so that you can further challenge the student or improve the student. Because let's say if on an average there's a class of 20, and most of the students are learning in, let's say, 30 minutes, and few students, 5 or 6 students, are learning in 1 hour, that means there has to be something done. Because at the end of the day, when we talk about competitive examinations, when we talk about competition in life general, it is generally considered to be time. आपका जो element होता है वो time होता है. You have to complete the examination within the time, specified time. So that is also where you the teachers can map it out, how much time they are spending. So this is the learning part: assessments, the worksheets, the content, and engagement in the learning process. By engagement is giving them some practicals, giving them some things, flashcards, interactive content, to where they are interacting. Now comes the second part of the question, which is how we are going to streamline the processes of the school. So in the school, there is obviously an administrative head, which is the administrative departments, like from, let's say, the moment we enter, that is the gate, there is a security guard, then there is a counselor at the front desk, then there is an accounts department, then there is a HR person who's taking care of the HR department, then we have canteens who are taking care of the inventory, then we have a library, again, there is a librarian. Then we go into what you call, there is bus systems, the bus needs to be tracked. Then also one most important thing when we talk about the systems is the branding. The branding is very important for any school, because every school wants admissions, and they are working hard to get admissions. So that is also what we cover. So we've created this entire solution, and the solution is to automate and give the precise data of each and every teacher, student, and parent, so that you can track them out. It's known as an ERP solution. It's known as school management solution, very commonly used. But what makes us different is that it automates all your processes. And the best part is that you can, if you are associated with Tab School, all these softwares are different, but then the information flows very seamlessly in these softwares. You can pick and choose. So let's say there's a school who says, I want just ERP, I don't want bus tracking. That's fine. You can have a ERP, you can have a classroom management. You don't want ERP, that's fine. You don't want bus tracking, that's fine. You don't just leave it out. You'll be charged for that. So the only thing is that the information that travels between the softwares is very seamless, and it helps to generate the report card, comprehensive report card of every student as to what they're doing in class, outside class, how much activity they are doing online, how much they're doing offline. In fact, we have, like ma'am was saying, there was a reading is one of the skills that is vanishing, and I agree. But through our systems, we have, in fact, one of our tools encouraging reading systems. So we have introduced a tool where you can actually encourage the students to read. So reading habits are done through that tool. So these are things that we continue to promote, and we, yes, talk to the educators throughout India, and we try to improve the product over the period of time.
I was just thinking that it took so much time to tell what things are there inside it. I mean, so many things you have developed into that bundle or package of your A to Z solution. That so many things, it reduces the manpower and cost of the schools, even if the schools are applying it. The things are becoming, वो कहते हैं ना, with saying that पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर विश्वास करें. So when you are using that thing, you come to know how easy it becomes, because you are into the system where the teachers are getting help. Why? Because assignments are being made by the app, and they are when their students are doing it, the teacher are able to know that how far they have learned or not learned, and where they have to pay stress on, where, I mean, the remedial classes, whatever you can say. At the very same time, you are helping into the tracking of the students also when they are entering in. You're coming, you have your automatic attendance. If the teacher is absent or not taking the attendance is being taken. Again, at the very same time, when the children are moving through buses, again, that thing is over there. Especially the most important thing is the accounts department, where they have to make the fees data and all. You have to find it out every day. Every day, my accountants used to sit and find out at how many fees have come. Now I have to make it entered into the manually, and as well as on computer, get it done with the computer person. Then after 2-3 days, he'll tell to the teachers that these children fees have not come yet. Now automatically, as soon as the fees will be coming, automatically it becomes very easy and perfect also for all the things. And gradually, when you're talking about the money concept, which you told me earlier also, that when you're taking out all these things together, so that is for the whole year, for the n number of students you have in your school. So that automatically reduces the cost of the manpower as well as the cost of the school also. Right. Perfect things which make the things very easy. Thank you, Rashwal sir. We'll come up to the next round because of shortage of time. We'll request to make your answers very precise, 60 seconds, 1 minute, please. We'll come up to Rahman sir. Rahman sir, we like to know that how has technology helped schools to get their work systematic and easy?
As you can say, the technology now, the learning can happen 24/7. Like, as you see, with the help of the digitalized tool, the learning tools in classrooms can actually increase the engagement of the students. Teachers are improving their lesson plans, and they are facilitating their personalized learning also. And if you say the virtual classrooms, videos, augmented reality, robots, and other technology tools can not only make class more lively, they can create more inclusive learning environment that foster the collaboration and inquisitiveness, and it enables teachers to collect data in school programs, right? And to end with it, like, I just can say that lot of resources, lot of digital tools are there, but our aim is not to make it commercialized. That is only point as an educator I can say, because what we see right now, I just name one company, Byju's. When it entered into a market, it was, and now we have n number of companies coming into this with a lot of content, lot of tools and all. So what we can promise as a teacher, like, it lies in the hands of educator to use the tools in a very supportive way, that it actually cater the needs of the students, rather like it is creating. And the technology is not only helping the students, it helping the entire school. And school, when we talk about school, it includes every department, as sir has already, Hashpal sir already said, the ERP system and all. This helps the entire system, the GPS, ERP, the smart boards. It's like everything, it includes everything, and the entire school is coming in shape. And sooner we after this show, I think Mr. Chandok will help me out to get the number of Mr. Arshpal so that I can get in touch with him, because we are in a process to digitalize the entire school. As you know, we are lacking with that, so we are on process. So this is what I just wanted to say. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure, sir. Actually, I also came into, when we were not using it, so we were thinking also in my mind also what would it be, what it would be. But when we just started up using it, so many things have become so simple. There were n number of things which are very complicated and out of control also. They become so much into control. But when you use that, then only you come to know that why have we not started it earlier? So let's, thank you. So thank you, Zeman sir. We'll come to Anjani sir. Anjani sir, we'll also like to know your views. How has technology helped schools to get their work systematic and easy? Sir, you're on mute, Anjani sir.
Sorry, sir. Definitely, after COVID-19 pandemic, all the situation has been changed, and till now, we had made our school fully automatic, fully technologically installed, and overall, we are using all the latest technologies in our school for the academic unit, for the administrative unit, for the transport unit, for the teachers, students. We have fully automatic assembly system. We have fully automatic bell management system. We have installed the biometric system for teachers as well as for the students. We have the GPS enabled vehicles, buses, vans, and also IP camera have been installed so that the management can keep track also wherever they are, what time buses are taking to reach the school, or what time buses are taking to drop the students at their homes. And above all, sir, no doubt technology is the important factor in all of our lives, our education system, in any of the system. But one thing I would like to say that until unless if there is no eye contact between the student and the teacher, the teaching learning process cannot be done in a better way. So I think technology cannot replace the physical appearance of students in the classroom. Thank you.
Absolutely right, sir. Technology cannot remove the existence of teachers as well as the students. It is a tool only and will always maintain. Maybe after 5 to 10 years, books won't be used, but teachers and the students, of course, they will remain for sure. That, that personal touch is always needed and will be needed for sure. So Anjali sir, only one thing I like to know, that because you were in the previous school where technology was not being used, now you're using your technology. Do you see any difference or a very vast difference? In one line, what can you say?
Yes, definitely, sir. There is a lot of difference 2 years ago, and we can say or we can see that now each and everyone is using the laptop, mobile phone, or all sorts of gadget to connect with everyone, to connect with the students, as well as from this time we are using the various types of homework apps providers for sending the homework or taking the assessment of the students. So there is a lot of changes from COVID period to this time.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We'll come up to Manjari ma'am. Manjari ma'am, we would like to know your views on the saying that the safety of the children is the most important or the priority of the school.
Sir, I think everybody sitting here would agree to this point, that safety is the most important thing. And I think on my list, and maybe with the other education leaders also, it is on the topmost list, because this is not just the physical safety, but it is also psychological and emotional security of children. If a child does not feel safe in the school, how come a child can learn? I think learning can never take place if you are fearsome of anything. So, as leader, as schools, it is very important for us that we ensure that our children our children are nurtured in safe and secure environment where they are free to express their views, where they are free to discuss, where they are free to raise their concerns and also feel safe physically. We very strong, we all of us know, nowadays families generally have one or two children. I do not say that earlier parents did not love their children or they did not care for them, but now parents are become very possessive because they have one or two children at home to look after. And when they leave their gems, their little gems in our hands, they have a lot of expectations. They not only expect academics, but they also expect that their gems are taken well care of physically, emotionally. So it becomes our utmost responsibility that we have to fulfill this requirement of parents and society.
Absolutely right.
Also, I think whatever imprints are there in the mind of a child, they have a long lasting, or you can say that life lasting impact. It can, those imprints can either make or mar a child. Even when we grow up, when we pass through or go through any psychological problem or any anxiety disorder, and we go and meet a psychiatrist or a psychologist, the first thing, they start tracking the history of our childhood. This shows that what kind of or how strong the impacts are in the mind of a small child. So this also put onus on us, because we are the one who are responsible for bringing up one whole generation. We are the ones who are giving a resource to the society for the life. So it is important that we should this becomes our moral and ethical responsibility to nurture children in an environment where they are free of all kind of fears. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Aarti ma'am. Aarti ma'am, your precise answer on the saying that safety of the children is the most or the priority of the school.
Well, I'll agree with Dr. Chandrik also, and I think everybody else will agree that when a parent first seeks a school, the two things which parent is looking for, one is academics, and other is definitely the security and safety of the child. Right from the moment when the mother is waving goodbye to the child to the when the child is coming back, the heartbeat of the mother is like, wow, I'm sending my child. I don't know whether my child will come safe or not. So I believe safety is the prime concern for any school, parent, and society of the child. And especially with present scenario, where the children are mentally also troubled, emotionally also troubled, it becomes all the more important to provide a very safe and secure environment to the children. Physical environment is, yes, we are providing all the secure campus, CCTV and all the things. But I believe more important is that mental security, where the child is safe, that child knows that even if I'm going from home to school, the school is another home to me, where I can express as I want, where I can discuss whatever I want. I can talk to my peers, I can talk to my teachers, I can even talk to the principal. In my school, like, it's a very open door policy. Any child can come into my office, and even for a smallest thing, they come and talk to me. And I believe this kind of trust, if I have been able to build up in the student, even if a nursery child is able to do that, I think we have been able to achieve a landmark through that. Because very important is that I remember my school days, I never entered principal office. We were so scared of the principal that we hardly. Then plus in those days, teachers were also like, they hardly used to listen to us. But today, everything has changed. Role of the teacher is not only a teacher. The role of the teacher has changed to become a sorry, facilitator or a mentor. So as a facilitator, as a mentor, it becomes very important that the teacher provides that kind of environment where child feels free to express. And I have seen so many, I am also a counselor. So I find so many students suffering. There can be so many cases where at home they are suffering because of what is happening at home. Maybe the parents are fighting with each other. Substance abuse cases are there. When the children come to school, they are already they are scared, malnourished, and all those things. So to read them, understand them, and help them and make them feel safe, it is very important to create that kind of environment. And I believe that is not one person's job. It starts right from the security guard to the principal and all these stakeholders who will be there to make the child feel warm, make the child feel belong, and make the child feel safe so that he or she can express himself very easily. Like ma'am pointed out about the counseling cell and all. So that is very important. I believe it should be a mandatory thing that all schools should have. Though CBSE has made it mandatory, but nobody is actually looking about it. So that is there, though there are a lot of
Right.
helping cells, but in physical proximity, if a child is able to express himself or herself, that thing I think will be able to make it better.
Absolutely right. Absolutely
So
right, ma'am.
I believe safety is the most important part of any school education. Thank you.
Right, right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Raminda ma'am. Raminda ma'am, we like to know your views in 60 seconds because we are in shortage of time. As an administrator of the school, we have to see that all the administrative block is all properly organized. Ma'am, you're on mute again.
So please repeat. You were not audible enough.
Ma'am, we want to know your views on the same that as an administrator of the school, we have to see that the administrative block is properly organized.
Sir, as I always say this thing that there is a difference between a boss and a leader. So boss always give instructions, but a leader is that person who motivates people, right? Apart from the motivation, your work speaks in volumes, right? And when you want that, your administrative block should be very much what you say in a proper shape. It automatically gives shape to your school. When your administrative block is working properly, whole school will be managed properly. So what I feel that there should be uniformity of rules in administrative block. No exemption should be given on any basis to anyone. According to me, a good administrative thing is that you inspire people to do the things. So if you want that everything should be in place, you have to make expecting changes in your administrative things. Gone are the days when you were saying these things that only give instructions. Administrative block is like a mutual team. It's a team which works while holding hands of each other and having harmony with each other. We can have a good school and a good atmosphere for everyone whosoever is working here. Thank you.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Correctly said. We'll come up to Pavan sir. Pavan sir, your precise answer on the saying that as administrator of the school, we have to see that the administrative block is properly organized.
Your administrative block, I feel it like, as ma'am said, it's basically a hub for all the school activities because it's, of course, it's under the direct principal, but at the same time, like we that responsible to the students as well, the parents also, because we need to make up a system in all the problems of the students can be solved in a way that yes, of course, there is some kind of technology right now we can be using like some apps and all that through because even a student comes for like a time. I've seen earlier that in my previous school that the students are coming there for they're sitting for an hour that we have coming for a. So this kind of system should be like this. There is a manually it is not possible. Now there is a with the help of technology like some kind like we are using some app in which within 1 hour, half an hour that system can be generated. The student response is easily can give them whatever they are asking for because we need to make up a system in which like administrative block, as I told, is directly under the supervision of the principal or there is the admin officer. Some schools are having small setup, they don't have. So we feel that it's basically for the knowing about the children, for knowing about the demands of the parents, and there should be there's the one part of there can be a GPS system should be installed in the buses. That throughout we are connected with our parents, we are connected with the students in some way. There has to be like a front office system should be in a way that is directly somehow many problems of there. Sometimes the principal does not know because many
So
of the
the
staff
Pavan sir, Pavan sir,
they
whatever you are saying in one line, we can say that an administrative block is like a heart to the school. If it is working properly, all the functions of the school will be doing properly because we always lay stress on the education and the teachers and the students and the classes only. But if the office or the administrative block is not properly organized, there will always be a problem throughout the school for sure. That also has to be taken care of very properly. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Pawan sir. Thank you so much. I think you also have network problem also, no issues, sir. We'll come up to Ashpal sir. Ashpal sir, if you want to say anything on the second round, which people have said, but in precise, we like to know that why we should go on with technology and we should use the products like what you have at Tap School.
So to go on to technology is firstly to make sure, firstly, I would say that you are create an engagement. You're engaging the students in the learning process. So number one is that because the students are so equipped with technologies these days, they're already using YouTube, Instagram, games, a lot of things is going on there. So just that we are putting the use of technology in a good way now. So one thing is that we are engaging students into the learning process rather than making them use into destructive manner or any other manner for that matter. Let's join them. So there is a saying: if you can't beat them, join them. So we are joining them. So we can't beat them. So we have to see the perspective or point of view from the students' point of view as well. Because we always talk about how technology is easily adaptable these days and teachers have to be trained or this and that. But we never discuss about the point of view from the students. So students are all pumped up and they will be more than happy to be part of it. And they will be, like ma'am was saying, Ravinda ma'am was saying that, the students come up when we teach them one topic, they come up with 100 more questions when they go home and learn from, Wikipedia or YouTube or anywhere. So we can't beat them, so join them. So let's engage them into more constructive manner rather than, into destructive manner. So let's give them digital worksheets. Let's gamify the content. Let's give them crossword puzzles, because crossword puzzle is very good. I mean, we have been playing this. I mean, my father told me how to play crossword puzzles, and this is the habit was inculcated into me. So these are the things that you can start off. And the engagement has to be high. Like ma'am was saying that the teacher has to be facilitator. Yes, teacher is a very hard job. Today's teachers has a very hard job because they have to bring the best from the student. Like whatever their talent is, they have to take it out. They have to recognize, take it out, and then, channelize it. So that is a tough job to do it, because in our days, it used to be only study. Padhai karo, pass ho, achhe marks lo. Today, there are 100 professions, and every child, if there are 20 students in one class, each student can opt for different profession and get, will excel in it. And not necessarily doctor, engineer hi banna hai. So they can be singers, they can be artists, they can be, these days the YouTubers, and 100 other professions are there. So we have to bring the best from them, and we can only bring the best in them is by giving or developing skills. Skills are problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, language skills, socialization skills. These are the skills, collaborative learning skills. All these are the skills that we can develop them, and we have to develop them through learning process, making sure that the curriculum that we are following in our school is also helping them to develop these skills. So number one,
I feel Ashpalji, I want to, as an educator, I see that there's a lot of difference when these smart boards came in. The only thing was there were smart boards and the contents were coming online only. That's it. But now everything is done. The parent was also not able to know that 6 hours what my child is doing inside the school. But now every point of time they can know what their child is doing inside in the school also, where he is and where he is not. So that is very good. And at the very same time, the teacher are also able to know that the child has done the work or not, or done to where he is lacking and where he is doing perfectly. So that is very important thing. See, technology is there, although the teacher role will not go away, but if it is used in the very wise way, that is more important. And whatever you people have done up with that, you have restricted the limitations to the few things only where the child can use, and they cannot make the misuse also, as you as well told in the earlier sessions also. So that way also the parents are also secured when they are using this. So it is a system that becomes, which also brings in the participation of the parents also, because they cannot say that we don't know anything. You know everything now when we have come into the technology as of now. That is the most important and the best thing when I found out. I have seen many schools, they have, shut down their smart boards because they are of no use. They had, in the starting, they had put up in all the classes. And now they all have gone, they are not using it because it is of no use. But now with this, the use of technology, AI-based tools, they are inexpensive also. They are very reasonable also. And they are doing hundreds of works. They are taking the, speciality comes into what I feel is, a teacher has to do this also, that also, what the big companies are doing. They are concentrating towards their focused work, the most important work, and the rest they are doing outsourcing. So this outsourcing is happening up. Now the teacher is able to concentrate towards the child education, teaching them and reforming them, giving them remedial classes. Because the rest of the world work technology is doing that. They're making up the papers, the sheets, assignments, checking them and finding out where are they lacking their graph, where the graph is going off the child with each and every subject. So it is helping also. That is the best thing you people have brought up into the education fields. Thanks to you, Harshpal sir. It is going to help all the schools. At the very same time, when I had talked to you personally, also these things are very reasonable, as it would not be in the mind of a school administrator also. Kitna sasta bhi ho sakta, because it is very economical as compared to the work it is doing of the school, the whole of the school together. And now it's not also student wise even. Thank you so much, Harshpal sir. Coming up to the last part of the session, we have that the first comers that we have me time for the last 5-10 minutes, where everybody has to sing 2 lines. Our song, it may be devotional, it may be regional, it may be patriotic, anything you want. Manjari ma'am, if you have to go, so you can participate and go, ma'am. You have a doctor appointment, so it is better. Although we give, you see, you are the senior, you are already coming to the show, so we give priority to the seniors. They can sing afterwards because you have to go for an appointment. Please, you can start up this me time. But 2 lines, any 2 lines, ma'am.
Okay, Chandok sir, this is the most difficult part of this show, asking a non-singer to sing. All right, still I'll again give it a try. लेके चलूं तुझे, लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहां गम भी ना हो, आंसू भी ना हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले. Thank you.
This is for the students that ma'am has given a message. That is wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the best for your appointment.
Thank
Next,
you so much, and thank you everyone. It was pleasure to share this platform with such dignitaries. I learned a lot
I'll be
here.
sharing. Yeah, I'll be sharing the contact details with each other, so you may
Sure,
remain
sure,
connected.
sir.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
the
so much.
technology.
Okay, bye bye. Good day.
Thank you. Anjani sir. Now to you, sir, being a gentleman and the newcomer also, because Aarti ma'am, it's a senior one. Pawan sir is also a senior one, and Rahman sir will give the closure ceremony of singing a beautiful song.
Definitely.
आइए sir, Dubey sir, आइए.
Yes, sir.
Sir, your chance, sir, for singing a song, sir.
Firstly, I would like to thank to you for giving me a chance to be here, and also would like to thank to all the most prestigious educators to be here and give me a chance to learn various things on this platform, and would like to be here in future upcoming shows also. And on behalf of myself, I would like to say that ki इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर हो ना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल हो ना. So I used to sing these prayers and assembly songs with my children every day.
This is the most beautiful song, sir, related to the kids and everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much to you, sir, and
so
all.
now, now it is the turn of Raminder ma'am.
May I take permission? Instead of singing a song, may I give my piece of poem, short poem?
Ma'am, it will go out of syllabus, ma'am. It has to be in rhythm, ma'am.
Actually, okay.
You can go for a poem also, but you have to sing also, ma'am.
So first, let me speak a poem, then I will think.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Okay. Like nowadays, students are not going to army and all, and nowadays this army week is going on. So I will dedicate this poem to sacrifice of the soldiers. So this is self-written poem of mine. So poem's title is Sacrifice. Whenever there is a danger for the nation, only you come forward to save the world's beautiful creation. Atmosphere of chaos and turbulence is eradicated by your valor. Your sacrifices made people sleep peacefully because of you, our savior. With virtues like dedication and devotion, you took care of all of us. Renunciation given by you is precious. Without caring about your loved ones, you prioritize safety of masses. Tumultus of weather can't rule you. Cold winds, hailstones, and rains can't stop you. No distraction can deviate your path, as courage is rooted in heart's depth. Whenever you are martyred, whole nation grieved, shrouded in tricolor flag, you always come. The ordinary souls have goosebumps. So my only tribute to you is my tears. Your ablation has removed my fears. May every child be like a soldier. It is the only homage to my brave warrior. We are proud of you as we are incomplete without you. May you rest in peace and reign heaven within us. Thank you.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. Excellent. I'm sorry, ma'am. You have to sing song also, ma'am.
Okay. So may I sing the patriotic one then? Now.
Sure.
ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा आंख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी, जरा याद करो कुर्बानी. Thank you.
Pavan sir, by the time Aarti ma'am is coming, you will have to sing, sir. Aarti ma'am is already there, but after part, you can sing first, sir. Pavan sir.
I will just dedicate, 15th August is coming up. हर करम अपना करेंगे ए वतन तेरे लिए, दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे ऐसे वतन तेरे लिए. ला 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 ला. Thank you, sir.
Very well sung, sir. Very well sung, sir. You should sing this in assembly also, sir.
Yeah, sure.
On 15th August.
Yeah.
Azadi Ka Mahotsav 75th year, we have to celebrate that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Aarti ma'am, your chance, ma'am.
Well, this is one song which is very close to my heart, though I don't sing well, but I'll try. Beautiful song, and I believe this is a message to everyone, not only students but all of us. The lines go like this: ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. That's it.
Ma'am, this is the first time I've heard this song, ma'am.
Oh, it's
But
a
it's
beautiful
beautiful one.
number. Every word, every lyric of it is heart touching, and I have personally for a long time this used to be my hello tune so that everybody could listen to the song.
Oh,
And it's a beautiful song. I mean, every time you listen to the song and you know that okay, whatever comes, your God is with you.
right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Rahman sir, the showstopper. You have to be the showstopper, sir.
Thank you so much for giving me this platform, sir. This is my first time I'm coming to your show. And thank you, the panel, the people over here, such a wonderful dignitaries today with wonderful views about technology and so many other things. Lot to connect with them. I'll certainly get back to you, sir, after the show. And to sing a song like there's a very old song. I'll just sing 4 lines of it, and it's very old but with a good message. Here it goes. कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, तू कौम पे लुटाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Harshpal sir, it's your turn, sir. Technology savior, the Santa Claus of technology for us, for all of us.
So I have this song by KK. It's all about friendship. So 2 lines हैं. अरे यारो दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है, कोई तो हो राज़दार, बेगरज तेरा हो या कोई तो हो राज़दार. That's it.
It is truly said, practice makes a man perfect. So you have become very perfect as of now from the previous episodes. Wonderful. There was no error in the lyrics, as well as song was very beautifully sung. You are going up to the quarterfinals for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you all on the show. I hope you had a good time, because stress buster should be there at the end of the show, because throughout the day we are working like anything. Thank you so much, Rahman sir. It was wonderful interacting with you, Rahman sir, Harshpal sir, Pawan sir, Anjane sir, Ravinder ma'am, Aarti ma'am, and also Manjeet Tejpal ma'am. Hope to see you in another season, another session very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank
you had
you,
a
sir.
good time.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Thank you.
So much.
Likewise, ma'am. Likewise, ma'am. The singing part was a surprise, actually.
Ma'am, last time it was not there, ma'am. I added it around 30-40 episodes back only.
This was very interesting. Thank you so much. After so long, I sang. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You have to sing one song, sir. You are left.
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Sir, now everybody
sir,
is left, sir. Next episode for sure. Next episode for sure, sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.